Celtics fans, you're watching Celtics Today. I am Will Scott. We're going to get into some news and rumors in a second. It's been a wild day in the association. Happy to report the Celtics are not going to be trading for James Harden. That's not something that is going to happen. We're still going to have you covered, though, during free agency, so be sure to subscribe to the channel. If you missed the announcement yesterday, this is my last week as the host of Celtics Today. Gonna miss you guys, man. Decided to go get my master's in sports law this fall, but Chat Sports still gonna have you covered on this channel. The Chat Sports team getting you guys a lot of content throughout free agency. Now, could the Celtics be making another move? Because Jared Weiss of The Athletic reports that the Celtics remain active in exploring trade opportunities. This, of course, comes after the Kristaps Porziņģis deal last week. Here's what Jared Weiss had to say. As Kristaps Porziņģis is introduced Thursday and free agency opens 24 hours later, Brad Stevens and the front office continue actively exploring trade opportunities, according to league sources. After trading Marcus Smart, Boston still has a potential need for playmaking, depending on how the Malcolm Brogdon situation shakes out after a deal to trade him to the Clippers fell apart last week. Now, who do you want to trade for? Let me know down in the comment section. Who do you think makes sense in a trade to Boston? Let me know down in the comments. Here are some potential targets here for Boston. We mentioned the top two guys yesterday. Darius Garland from the Cleveland Cavaliers. He's been a name. That has been some trade rumors. However, there's been some conflicting reports on if he's going to be available. Norman Powell from the Clippers, he is going to be available. We know that. That is widely expected that he is going to get traded this summer. Gary Harris is a name that's been linked to the Celtics for over a year. Is he finally going to be a member of the C's? We'll see. Kelly Olynyk's our guy, man. Would love to see him in Boston. I really wanted to trade for him during the deadline. It didn't happen. I could totally see Brad Stevens, especially if Grant Williams leaves, kind of circling back to Kelly Olynyk. And then Kevin Porter Jr., the guard from the Houston Rockets. Now, this is a name, to be honest about, that I hadn't really thought a lot about for Boston before, but I've been thinking about it recently because I do believe the Rockets could move KPJ and do so relatively soon after drafting him in Thompson, and they are expected to sign Fred VanVleet in free agency, give him a 2-year max deal. KPJ, and I think producer Chugs, who's a Rockets fan, will agree with me, he's really underrated. 19.2 points per game, 5.7 assists per game, 1.4 steals per game, 44.2% from the floor, 36.6% from three-point range. I really like him as a possible target here. But his handle isn't great, and the Celtics really need a ball-dominant point guard right now. Chris Paul would have been very nice. VanVleet would be very nice, but he's way too expensive. So when you're talking about KPJ, I think I see him maybe playing the 2 more than the 1 if he comes to Boston. The guy's a decent shooter. He doesn't have the best handle, so I don't know if he makes sense from that standpoint when you're talking about him to the Celtics, because right now you kind of have the same concern with Malcolm Brogdon. Can he run the point and do so at a high level? Would you trade for Kevin Porter Jr., type T for trade, or type P for pass? Down in the comment section, go down, let me know. It is the pinned comment on today's video. So when ad break comes, go down, chime in, type T for trade, or type P for pass. Let's talk about Grant Williams now. This might be kind of our main story on this channel in the coming days. What is going to happen with Grant Williams? That is a question we all have going into tomorrow when free agency officially begins. Keith Smith had this earlier. The Boston Celtics have tendered Grant Williams a qualifying offer, a league source tells Spotrac. Williams will now be a restricted free agent on July 1st. So they did extend the qualifying offer to Grant Williams. Now, how much is that qualifying offer, you may ask? It is for 1 year and $8.5 million. So if he takes this qualifying offer, that means he would be an unrestricted free agent at the end of next season. But there is no way he is going to accept that. He is going to want far more than that, and he's going to want a multi-year deal, not a 1 year deal. I think this would be more interesting if the qualifying offer was, 15, 16 million, but he's not taking that deal. Taking a look at the numbers here for Grant, he's been a good role player throughout his time in Boston. The former draft pick from the Tennessee Volunteers, 8.1 points per game, 4.6 rebounds per game, 1.7 assists per game, shot 45.4% from the floor, nearly 40% from three-point range. His defense is what stands out to me about his game. It would be a pleasant surprise if he came back. I don't see Grant Williams coming back. I didn't see him coming back before the Porziņģis deal, but after the deal, that sent Kristaps Porziņģis to Boston. The expectation in the report was that Grant Williams is probably gone. So it would be, keyword, pleasant surprise. I would love to have Grant Williams back in Boston. I think all of you would as well. But it's just not going to happen, I am afraid. But who knows? A lot can change in this league. I mean, James Harden was supposed to go back to Philly, and now he's getting traded. So it's just been a wild couple of days in the association, and you never know what's going to happen in this league. So maybe there's a chance that Grant Williams comes back. Now, let me ask you this question. Do you want to bring Grant Williams back? I asked you yesterday, where's he going to play next year? But I want to know, do you want to bring Grant Williams back to Boston? Type B for bring back or type D for don't, down in the comment section. Now let's talk about the Summer League roster, because there has been a big man added to the Celtics Summer League roster. It is Udoka Azubuike to the Summer League roster, the center from formerly with the Utah Jazz. He declined to pick up the Jazz declined to pick up his player option, making him an unrestricted free agent. So you got him, you got Davison, Walsh, and Michael Mulder confirmed here for the Celtics Summer League roster. So right now that roster is a little bit light. They'll certainly add some more guys here in the coming days. Taking a look at the Celtics Summer League schedule, we're only 9 days away from the start of Celtics Summer League. Going to be July 8th against the Heat. That is the opener. So what a Eastern Conference Finals rematch. Let's go. Let's go win that game. July 9th, the next day, you face the Washington Wizards. Both those games on NBA TV. Then some ESPN2 action on July 12th against the Lakers. And then on July 14th against the Knicks. That game is on ESPN2 as well. Those are the 4 Celtics Summer League games. I want to know, are y'all going to watch the Summer League? Type Y for yes or type in for no down in the comments section. I feel like bad teams that have higher draft picks, like the Rockets or the Pistons or the Spurs, like to watch it because they get to see some of these prospects. It's kind of, interesting for Celtics fans because, there's not any top prospects to watch. But I'll say this. I always enjoy watching ball, man. It was a lot of fun last year watching Fiondu Kabengele go off. J.D. Davison had a good Summer League performance. So, yeah, I'm going to watch Summer League. I mean, basketball's on television. What else are you going to watch in July? I'm a baseball fan. I'm saying that. I mean, Summer League's a lot of fun to watch. Be sure to subscribe to the channel, youtube.com/Celtics TV. My last video is going to be tomorrow. Stay tuned for that. But, again, the Chat Sports team can have you covered after I leave.